working towards teaching all of you how to choreograph, as well as giving you new, great material to use at games or for your tryouts. The next section of your practice should be devoted to developing your climbing technique. I cannot stress enough the importance of safety when you're stunning. You should always, when you're beginning, use a mat. You should always have a spotter, and in some cases two, and you should always have a coach or a sponsor at your practice while doing these. Devote at least 20 minutes to this portion of your practice.
Okay, we're going to teach you 3 basic stunts today that should be learned and perfected before you move on. These are the foundations for all the more difficult stunts and pyramids. Key notes: remember, step, lock out. Keep your body tight at all times. And for a prep, it's a 1, 2, down, up. Next is safety. The first point is communication. Always communicate with your partners. If you feel unsure or shaky about a stunt, make sure you don't attempt it until you're ready. Number 2, always be aware. Your mind should only be on the stunt. The third one is a downward. It's the simplest and most efficient way to communicate with your partners. Top person, if you feel like you just can't stay up there any longer, just say down. Base and spot, immediately prepare for the dismount. Also, base, if you're feeling shaky and you just can't hold that stunt any longer, stay down. Top person and spot, get down as quickly as possible. However, base, you must gut it up until the top person is safely on the ground. She should never hit the ground. Base, you and spot, you are responsible for that top person at all times. Okay, we're going to show you the L stand, and Kathy is going to teach it for us.
To begin the L stand, Laura, who is the base, will start in a nice lunge position with her shoulders and hips facing forward. Also notice that her knee is directly above her ankle. Now that Laura is tight, she is ready to go. From here, Tony, who is the climber, begins by placing her hands on Laura's shoulders and her foot as high as possible into the pocket. On the counts 1, 2, down, up, Tony will push straight down on the shoulders, step up, and immediately lock out her leg. Pay close attention that as Tony is stepping up, Laura supports her leg firmly above the knee. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Once Tony is sturdy and balanced, she then lifts her leg straight above Laura's head. Laura then looks for her leg, grabs and holds it, making sure that her arms are tight and locked out. In order to dismount, Laura begins by guiding the leg forward and down. Tony then hits the goalpost position with her arms, steps off forward while Laura spots around the waist. And there you have it, the L stand.
All right, now we're going to show you the spot. The spot holds around the waist. Lift if necessary. 1, 2, down, up. Keep hands on at all times. For the dismount, you're going to walk to the side and assist with the landing.
Hi, my name's Tony, and I'll be taking you through the shoulder sit, step by step. To begin the shoulder sit, we'll have Kathy, the base, step into a tight lunge position. Notice that Kathy's back leg is straight and locked out, her front knee is directly over her ankle, and her shoulders and hips are facing forward. Maria, the climber, will then place her hands on Kathy's shoulders, her foot high into the pocket, and on the count of 1, 2, down, up, we'll push straight down on Kathy's shoulders and immediately step and lock out. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Once balanced, Maria will then take her other leg and place it over Kathy's shoulder to end up in a straight sitting position. Kathy then steps in with her feet shoulder width apart, pulling down firmly on the top of Maria's knees. Notice how Maria's feet are locked in the small of Kathy's back. And there you have it, a shoulder sit that is balanced and tight. In order to dismount, Maria will extend one leg at a time, grabbing as if she was shaking hands with Kathy. Kathy then bends with her legs, pushes and extends her arms straight into the air. At the same time that Kathy is doing her part, Maria will place her weight on top of her locked arms, ride the pop, and land. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Good job, Maria and Kathy. And there you have it, the shoulder sit.
Okay, once again, the spot. The spotter holds onto the waist firmly. 1, 2, down, up. Everything okay up there? Okay, and for the dismount, again, just holding at the waist. 1, 2, down, up. Assist with the landing.
Next, we will show you a double base stunt called the elevator. First, the bases face in towards each other, legs slightly further than shoulder width apart. They then bend at the knees, keeping their body in a straight line and their seats tucked under. They then take their hands, put them together like a book, and then open them. The top person then grabs Base's shoulders. She spots their hands, takes a prep, and as she will ride up, she keeps her stomach in tight and locks out her knees. Bases dip with the top person as she lands into their hands and rotate their hands to cup the ball and the heel of the top person's foot, at the same time bringing the foot straight close to their body and resting it on their chest. On the count of 1, 2, down, up, they will perform their stunt. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Good. Okay, to dismount this stunt, the bases re-grab hands with the top person. She then swings off the front, and then the bases grab underneath, supporting the arm. Good, that is the elevator. Now Lisa will explain the spot.
Okay, spotter, again, you grab at the waist. For this stunt, you might need a little muscle throwing Tony up on a 1, 2, down, up. Right up with her. Hold at the back of the legs. Do not let go of the back of the legs at any time. For the dismount, wait until they have re-grasped hands. Walk around the front, still holding the back of the leg. Grab as high up on the arm and catch underneath the pit for the landing.
These stunts may seem easy, but it is extremely important to know the basics thoroughly to progress into the more difficult stunts. Also, knowing the techniques and building a strong foundation allows you to develop your own innovative ideas and stunts. Okay, so you've gone through your warm-up, you've improved on your jump, and you've learned a new sideline. So now let's incorporate those stunts we've just learned into our sideline.
Okay. This next section is how to climb to counts in order to incorporate stunts into cheers. It's very simple. First, give each position a count or a beat and climb accordingly. Then, if you have to put it to a cheer, stay with that beat and put it to the words. Very similar to putting motions to counts or words. But the most important thing to remember when incorporating stunts is keep it slow enough so that it's not rushed so much that the climbing loses technique or just plain and simple looks sloppy, because these things can result in a big bobble or a fall, and we don't want that to happen. So when incorporating stunts, take your time, don't lose technique just because you haven't allowed enough time in your music or cheer for the stunts. Make time, okay? Lakita and Kathy are going to go ahead and show you how they're going to incorporate a shoulder sit into the sideline cheer. Okay, here we go. And they're facing the back, and fight, fight, defense, hold tight. Here we go, fight, fight, defense, hold tight, climb, fight, and she locks. Defense, hold tight. Good job. Okay, notice. Go ahead and dismount, girls. And a nice good dismount. Thanks. Okay. Notice that when she climbed, she allowed herself enough time to lock up and to wrap and to be sturdy before she hit